Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And my name is Jacob. Was it weird?
And this is the Bible Reloaded. And today we're looking at yet another chick tract. But you know that because you clicked on this video.
Right, it's called First Bite. It's about vampires, because it's almost Halloween.
It's October, so we're like, I guess people want us to do Halloween things, right?
We can be festive. We can be festive. So
yeah, I'm gonna suck a lot of, like, children's blood tonight. Like, and people's blood, whatever.
Let's do it! I can hardly wait. It's almost midnight. It's my vampire voice. Did you like it?
It's a good vampire voice.
Yeah. Also, there's a wolf and Spike the dog, but he has vampire teeth.
Oh, maybe that's the backstory. Is Spike a vampire this whole time? Is he demonic?
Is that
what's causing all the events in the chick tract? Is he some sort of weird death visage that creates horrible things?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us, doctor, is she pregnant? That's her female vampire voice. It's not the daintiest, but she's a vampire. That'll happen.
Yeah, no, I got it. Also, Gandalf, top right, just, you know.
Gandalf is a vampire, right? That's Jack Chick's understanding of Tolkien lore. He's like, I don't know, the guy in the hat, he's magical or something. That's basically a vampire.
Yeah, that's what he meant by, fly, you fools! Ah, good ref, Jake. Vampira is with child. We must celebrate a new beginning.
Can you really call a vampire vampira? What if, like, if you had a werewolf and you named it, like, Werewolfra? No, you can't do that, Jack Chick. I know you're not the first person to do it, but you're perpetuating terrible writing styles, and I won't allow it. When will this great event take place?
If my calculations are correct, and they always are, I'm now a Russian comrade from the Soviet Union. The child will come forth during the full moon, our most holy night, which is apparently our most holy night happens very frequently.
Halloween?
Yes, Halloween. Silence! There's more! I'm the Billy Mays of vampires.
I know it's just a comic book and it's a story, but is Jack Chick trying to tell us that he thinks vampires are real?
I think vampires are real.
Based on what he said before, it wouldn't shock me. It's one of those things where it's riding a line between what I will and won't believe about Jack Chick. It's a very thin line, so I really don't know where it's going to take us.
No, and the thing is, later on, it kind of seems like Jesus protects us against vampires, guys. It's cool.
You know what? Out of all the things Jesus does, protecting us with vampires is probably the best thing he does, because I've never seen a vampire.
Yeah, he's doing great. In room 13, you know, because we number our doors in vampire houses. I summoned the ancients in the dark world to come forth. The ancients, Hugo.
Yeah, I see that. Look how ancient they look. They create smoke. That's how you know they're ancient.
This room was filled with smoke. I was terrified at what I saw come through the smoke, because I'm a vampire and I am easily startled. It was the Prince of Darkness himself. I thought I was going to die. He had garlic and wooden stakes, I guess.
He's really scary. He's like a vampire to vampires. He's like a super vampire. He's got like double the amount of fangs. He has top and bottom fangs.
It's weird.
That's what Jesus does.
It's weird that this vampire can't rein in both his fangs at the same time. Like, one is under his lip, but the other one's kind of poking out.
It's hard to find a vampire dentist.
I think I think he had a stroke. He's very droopy on his right side, our left. Yes.
Yeah. It's a tragedy.
Yeah, and his fingers are all weird and bony like an old lady. He told me that this coming child shall have... Okay, coming child, that pedo joke wasn't on us.
Okay, you can't even blame us for that one. We've been real bad recently, and I apologize for everything we've ever said. Yeah. But that's on him. He should have known we would read that and be terrible people.
Shall have powers greater than all of us combined. Is this the Antichrist?
Yeah, it's the Antichrist. This is somewhere in the Bible, you know, because it talks about vampires in the Bible. It doesn't. They talk about how the Antichrist, also not in the Bible, is going to be a vampire. And Jack Chick knows all this because he's read the entire Bible like 7 times. He hasn't read the Bible.
Jesus Ferratu? No?
Yes?
No? Okay.
How about no Sferatu?
Oh.
Yeah, you just got burned real bad.
He said we must carefully teach him the ancient ways. Then he gave his name.
What?
That?
Tell us, girl. Who? Because it's an owl. Good joke, Jack Chick. You're actually, you're on point. See,
Yeah.
he could have written for like some local comic. I'm not saying he could be
that's
like
Marmaduke level jokes right there.
he's not getting into the New Yorker, but I could see him maybe some USA Today. He could get into the Sunday USA Today.
Under pain of death, you must not speak his name until he is born.
Yes, but we must know what is his name.
Under pain of death, we must not speak his name until he is born. What did you...
No, but say it though. But even though you just said that, say it.
Igor!
What a face.
I'm doing a bear. I'm a bear for Halloween.
Vampire bear, sure.
Vampire.
Okay, so why can't they say his name? And if they can't say his name until he's born, why are they telling them? Because now you're just going to lead them to say the name. What if they're talking about, like, something totally irrelevant? What if they're talking about, like, Young Frankenstein, the movie? And they're like, hey, you want to watch a Mel Brooks movie? And they're like, oh, which one? And they're like, oh, what about Young Frankenstein? And they're like, what's that about? And they're like, oh, there's this Dr. Frankenstein and this guy Igor, and then he drops dead because he was talking about a character from a cinema classic.
And apparently they get struck by lightning, but no one gives a shit, and the coven disbanded and silently slipped away into their coffins.
Yeah, lightning does that. Lightning's really attracted to vampires. Vampires are, like, fun fact, 80% of their body made of metal.
Really?
That's why it's
Are they
really
also
hard
robots?
Yeah, they're robot vampires.
Wow,
Jesus can't protect us from robot vampires, that's why these ones still exist.
Apparently October 31st was the due date, because that's what happened. Igor has been born, the chosen one who will unite all covens, giving us incredible power.
When do we see him?
Just before his ... first bite.
Oh, it's the name of the comic, I get it. I know where Osama bin Laden was hiding for all these years, in a fucking vampire coven, apparently.
Yeah, why is he there?
Because Jack Chick is taking a firm stance and saying that Osama bin Laden, 9/11 was caused by vampires. It takes courage to say, but I'm willing to say it.
Yeah.
Fangs can melt steel beams.
They definitely can. Over the following years, Dragon Masters, also now Skyrim is involved, Grand Lodge leaders, and the mysterious 9 unknown men teach little Igor their darkest... What?
I think Jack Chick is making up weird things that sound like they're things to make it seem like this is real. Does he think I was joking earlier about thinking he thinks vampires are real.
Vampires are real.
But now I legitimately think he's into, like, weird vampire conspiracy theories where he's like, let me warn you about, you know, the Dragon Masters. They ride fucking dragons. They get out their fucking Beyblades. They fucking ride dragons.
Beyblades?
Yeah, they're like
toys?
blades that you fight. I think, and then one
Are
of the
they
kids...
tops? Aren't they just tops?
They are, but they have things and they spin and there's arenas, and I think, like, monsters came out of them on the show, because there was a show all about fighting tops, and I watched it as a child because I'm sad. That explains why we're here. See, I was a really sad excuse for a child, and that's why now I make fun of comics on the internet for a living.
We are garbage. We are the worst. Shh, he's sleeping.
He's our greatest hope. Honestly, it's kind of depressing. This kid is it. Like, I don't know why vampire existence hinges on this child, but this is the one. If this doesn't work out, we're done. Jesus will find out. If this kid doesn't stop Jesus, he'll figure out how to stop robot vampires. That was the only thing we had going for us. This is like a reverse John Connor.
You're kind of Irish?
I mean, there can be lots of different kinds of vampires. I think,
I know,
frankly, you're a little racist for assuming that an Irishman
to...
can't be a vampire.
You're right. That's on me.
Yeah.
Maybe next
you should feel bad.
Yeah.
I hope people call you out in the comments. Say, Jake, you vampire racist. Fuck you. Say that in the comments. Do it.
I shudder to think of what will happen if he fails.
Probably
failing. What's his goal?
I know, you'd keep going on doing whatever you're doing as a normal vampire. Probably
maybe he'll go to a trade school and learn, like, be an HVAC technician.
Maybe fine. He'll try and go to school to open a business, but he'll fail. But then he'll open like an e-cigarette store, but it'll succeed.
Yeah, those are doing well. Will Igor fail his great mission? The great prince is summoned.
He shall not fail.
The search begins for a virgin to be Igor's first victim. Wow.
Why is it always virgins?
Why does she have to be a victim?
Honestly, okay, here's the thing though. If you were like a vampire, okay, let's say someone's like, hey, you want this sandwich? And, like, that person's a sandwich to them. You'd probably feel better about eating a sandwich knowing no one came in it.
Well,
joke.
I just think
Fact.
I just think if this victim is if it's like a sexual thing, I saw Edward Cullen give it to Bella. So I mean, and she got all like torn up from the floor up.
Oh yeah.
So
totally.
I think maybe virgin is not the best route that we should take. I think maybe we should loosey goosey. In 2 months, a kind and innocent victim is chosen. You can tell she's kind and innocent because she's a white woman.
Yeah, you can tell she's really pure because no one's been in her vagina, and that matters. That's how we're judging her as a human being.
She does heroin. She does heroin, but she has not had the joy of sex.
No one has put a penis inside of her. We're judging her based on the fact that no one else has done something to her or with her.
Also, apparently vampires use cameras for recon.
That's her! Click, 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 click. I'm taking pictures. It doesn't make the noise, but I like the noise. Click.
She appears helpless and has no idea she is being watched because she's terribly unobservant. Those people are like 5 feet away from her and making loud clicking noises with their cameras.
Fuck Jesus, this is why vampires don't exist. Hundreds of years ago, they just started noticing, like, they're really obvious about hiding in bushes. Let's take care of the vampire problem.
Lovely neck. What's her name?
It's Faith, sir. See, I'm confused about the different kinds of vampires now, too, because the back one's kind of a Nosferatu-looking vampire, but the leader vampire is more of a Dracula-looking vampire, so I don't know what they're going for.
Jewish Dracula.
Yeah, a little bit.
Faith. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, we get it.
She'll need lots of faith this Halloween. Did you see? I did a joke.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I almost
made
feel
it
sorry
funny. That was a double joke because Splinter says that in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Listen, I know you're like 500 years old.
And
I know you've always thought of yourself as the funny guy.
Yeah.
I get it. You're the leader. A lot of people want to placate to you. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But if I'm being real honest, Ron, I don't think you're that funny.
Gerald, I had a stroke. I'm a vampire who had a stroke, which doesn't really make sense.
That's the funniest thing you've ever done, if I'm being real honest. At least you can make babies laugh with your funny faces now.
Tell me, young Igor, where do you bite?
Right here.
And why there?
The carotid artery is there.
Well done, you are now ready.
I'm impressed by vampire.
And she shall not pass.
Yeah, you're Gandalf. We get it.
One ring.
Nope. Not doing it.
Okay.
I like that the vampires have medical knowledge, though. That makes sense. There's going to be vampire
not showing
doctors.
where the carotid artery is at all. Like, it's just pointing to a very long-necked woman.
It's in the neck. They know it's in the neck. They were vampires before this had happened. There were vampires biting people in the legs. It was
yeah, but if you get trachea, you're just eating their hot inside breath.
Cars begin approaching the mansion.
Will we see him tonight?
Yes, finally, we'll look upon our great hope.
I am so excited. All of you have traveled far for this occasion, and at long last, I give you Igor.
Bravo!
Oh, joy!
Yes, yes.
He's coming.
I don't know why, but I don't picture vampires as being very applause-driven group of people. I can't see vampires being like, yeah, I'm all about this. They just don't seem very enthusiastic as a group.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
That's him. He looks like a homosexual.
As a group, they begin casting spells against Faith, their poor little victim. God, Satan must have such a baby face if this is what comes out of the woman he impregnates.
We must not fail tomorrow night. Is everything prepared?
Of course, her dad in Chicago and is at his father's funeral. Her mom is in the hospital, but she wants Faith to pass out candy and comics.
Why are you giving me personal information about her family? I just want to know if we can bite her fucking neck.
Honestly, I've been on Facebook recently and I joined the Instagram and it's very interesting. I've been stalking her a little bit.
Did she take selfies?
She takes a lot of selfies, often at the beach. Honestly, I feel a little bad about it, but I think she put them up there, man. She knows what's happening. Jerking it. Vampire jerking it.
Will Faith be alone?
No, her aunt is there, but she'll be drugged by the time Igor arrives.
Wait, we're not date raping her.
No, but this guy gave me these pills. I don't know what else to do with them. I figure I might as well use them here. Honestly, we should probably use them on Faith. Like, if she's the goal, I feel like we could probably use them on Faith and then just bite her sleepy neck.
Her sleepy neck. Let me see her picture again and then leave. And then also leave that box of Kleenex and also the tissues. I will
let you use it this time, but that is my personal picture. I printed it off my own computer. I can tell
it's a bit crusty near the bottom.
It's going to be. It's not going to get less crusty. Faith is getting ready to meet the little children with treats while her aunt watches television.
Okay, now it sounds like Faith is the creeper.
Yeah, a little bit.
Help me, Lord. I want to win at least one soul for you tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. I will be putting Chick Tracts into people's Halloween baskets because that's what people like to get on Halloween. Little fucking Iron Man and then some girl who is Captain America, but she also wanted to be a princess alien. She's that. And then, so they were expecting candy, but they're gonna get shitty fucking comics.
People do that. They actually have on their website, like, here are comic books you should give to kids for Halloween.
Awful.
Listen, if you do this, you're a dick. And if you want to give them candy, too, I mean, I guess it's your prerogative, but no one's gonna want to come to your house next year because you're the weird one who's trying to push their religion on what is mostly a secular holiday.
That's kind of weird. Candy, bro. Like, yeah. I will take a Baby Ruth. That's the low ball. That's the lowest I will go. I will take a Baby Ruth. I would prefer something better. Like a Carmelo, like spend some money, you know? Get me some Dove.
Get me a Crunch Bar, and I'll be satisfied.
Wow, that's it? You're a cheap Halloween date.
Yep.
Wait a minute, is that a Bible she's carrying?
No, it's just some old book, sire. I doubt she even reads it. It's like War and Peace, or like Moby Dick, or like, what's a public domain book?
The Alien?
Dracula. Probably Dracula.
Oh,
sure.
That's actually very fitting. Good job. This could be a problem. If she is reading Dracula, she will know exactly how to defeat us.
No, Bram
Shockingly
Stoker.
Autobiographical.
Bram Stoker, completely full of shit. Mary Shelley, she had the whole making a dead body thing. Totally correct. Bram Stoker, full of shit. Nonsense. What could go wrong?
Well, she could stab us in our hearts.
That's like a C- thing that's gonna happen, and then like we didn't fail, we just didn't succeed.
I'm just glad Bram Stoker didn't put in our actual weakness: fresh and hot Krispy Kreme donuts.
What a bummer, right?
We'll just eat we just eat them until we die. We just
like,
eat ourselves to death with those delicious. Hot, they're crispy on the outside, flaky on the inside, and they kind of have that warming feeling when they have, you know how the frosting kind of melts on you? Yeah, it's great, the glaze.
When the hot fresh sign comes on, honestly, I think about killing myself just so I could eat it. Now I'm a Canadian vampire, I guess.
It's okay. By sunset, kids start arriving.
Tweak-a-tweet!
Look at you! Here's some candy and little comics.
Whoa, thank you.
God bless you. Normally the kids get all pissy.
I like this house. Yeah, that's what kids are saying when you give them fucking religious comic books when they're not candy. That makes sense.
Guess who lurks in the darkness as the last of the children leave?
Thank you, good night. Rats, it's starting to rain. Why tonight? Rain's a big deal for me for some reason. Is that a vampire thing?
I'm quitting, it's late. And Aunt Wilma?
Bing bong.
Oh well, I'll just one more, I suppose. And what are you supposed to be?
I'm a vampire.
Well, come on in, chap. I'll get you a hot cup of cocoa.
Okay, she doesn't think it's a real vampire, granted, but she does think this is an adult man dressed as a vampire showing up at her door, so like...
Well, she made extra cocoa.
I mean, you could have extra cocoa, but there's no way this doesn't end up in some sort of penetration. Whether it's her neck or somewhere else, that's up to him. I can't drink that stuff. I only drink blood.
You're silly. Have some cocoa.
No, I'm real. I'm Igor. I'm the child of the devil. Look at my fangs. Look at them. I put a lot of work into them. I do a lot of sharpening.
Yeah, I also see your acne issues. You should probably use some Proactive or something. Those commercials are very helpful. It's pretty affordable.
It's bullshit. Selena Gomez lied.
Well, Igor, God sent you to me tonight, so have some cocoa.
No, the Prince of Darkness sent me. You should be terrified of me, Prince of Darkness.
No one's gonna be terrified of you. Look at you.
He's really scary, though.
No, you look like Pee Wee Herman in a Halloween costume at best.
Looks like Pee Wee Herman if he started doing heroin.
Yeah. So Pee Wee Herman. Why? God gave me the promise in this book. It says something about, you know, he protects me and shit against vampires. I'm sure of it. It's in 2 Timothy. Don't read that.
Like, I'm almost positive it doesn't say anything about vampires. Like, I'm 99% sure vampires in fiction didn't exist in their current form until much later. Like, Bram Stoker, as full of shit as he was, he codified a lot of that shit.
Have some cocoa.
That is madness! The devil rules, and I've come to bite you. Yes,
Jesus,
I'm a
please
snake
stop
now.
him. Force push!
Wow! How did you do that?
Two different ways I did that. Number 1, I am a Jedi. Number 2, I also have Chi. I'm a Chinese Chi Jedi. I'm a Christian, but I'm one of those ones that believes in a lot of woo. I also threw a healing crystal at you because I felt poorly about that.
See, I didn't know that Jesus gave you force powers. I'm thinking about reevaluating my position on religion if I can, like, push people out of the way whenever I want by the power of Jesus.
He does. Also, he gave me this hot cocoa recipe. I didn't do anything, though. Jesus did it all. Do you want Jesus to get rid of all that ugly stuff inside of you? Like your organs? He will take them and just clean you right out. You'll just be a nice clean on the inside, like a baked chicken.
Sort of like when they do the cleanses where they put the thing in your butt and then they wash out the poop.
Yeah.
Feels real fresh, like a coffee enema.
Yeah.
Who's Jesus? Okay, so the Antichrist doesn't know who Jesus is.
Don't worry about
I'll take a lot of things in the Jack Chick universe at face value that, like, the general population in the United States has never heard of Jesus for some reason.
Sure.
But the Antichrist, whose role is to stop Jesus, it's kind of part of his whole thing to know who Jesus is, right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I just got the call. Igor is still inside her house. I bet I know what he's doing. Making a rape gesture with my hands.
He's enjoying his first bite.
Yeah, first bite. He's getting his vampire dick a little wet, huh? Our chosen one will now lead us to victory now that he's not such a virginal pussy.
Faith prays for Igor, and the devils leave. That's great. What else can Jesus do? I lost my accent. Now I sound like a proper white American Christian, like I should.
Forgive your sins and change your heart.
Impossible. No witch, vampire, or Satanist could ever change.
Implying that they're all real. Yes, I agree.
Witches are super real. I'll tell you right now. Hocus Pocus, true story.
Yeah. Bette Midler learned everything she knows from other witches. That's a big fat lie. Jesus can fix anyone, including people who are paralyzed or blind, dead people, people with Downs. He can fix them. All they gotta do is be Christians. No matter what bad thing you've done.
I don't get it. And honestly, I've done some really, really bad things.
Yeah, I know. Like when children step on landmines left over from Vietnam, he fixes them. You can tell because we don't see any, like, they're not over here.
I was also a producer on Die Hard 5, so that's my bad.
Blood has to be shed for sins to be forgiven. Forget that part, though.
Yeah, because that's a very vampire thing. Is God a vampire?
Maybe.
So God is like a vampire, and we are the vampire thralls.
Yeah, this is very True Blood. So God sent his son Jesus from heaven to become a man and shed his own precious blood, and then he died and rose in Satan.
Igor decides to trust Jesus instead of Satan. Then he asks Jesus to come into his heart and forgive him. It's happened! Jesus made me a new person. Thank white God. Did I say that?
Yes, you are actually sort of racist now, which is the perfect level of racism. You're the kind of, like, if you're a white American Christian, you have to be, like, not, like, overtly racist. Like, you're not in the KKK, but you have to say things like, the blacks.
Urban kids.
Or, like, there's not enough white people in basketball. Stuff like that.
I'm going back home to tell them what happened to me. Wonderful news, everyone! Jesus saved me.
No! Your fangs are gone.
And so are my sins.
This is a disaster. How could this happen? Look at this skull. Apparently, when we decapitate our brethren, that we leave the eyes in the skull, and they're still alive, just trapped, without being able to express themselves while we burn a candle on top.
Well, what else are we gonna put candles on? You tell me that, Mr. Smart Guy.
Candle holders, candlesticks.
Oh, I've done some bad things in the name of nothing.
Master, why did you tell us that Igor was the promised one?
I lied, because that's what I do. Get over it. Jack Chick couldn't even come up with a reason for this one. He's just like,
fuck it, that doesn't matter. Halloween, That's it. If you can't trust Satan, who can you trust?
Jesus?
Shut the fuck. Are you kidding me? Jesus? The guy who said, like, just believe in me and then you go to heaven, but sometimes, you know, when you rape people, you also go to hell, like,
Yeah, but, like, he's usually depicted as white, so, like, I think we can trust him or something, I don't know.
I mean, you could trust him with, like, washing your kids, but you couldn't trust him with, like, I don't know, borrowing your lawnmower.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
The coven never recovered. So wait, are they
Good.
witches or vampires? Because coven usually refers to vampires.
I don't know.
Or witches, I mean.
Kids! Jesus called Satan a liar and the father of lies. Stay away from him. He double crosses and destroys everyone he can, even vampires. But Jesus can't lie because he's not omnipotent, apparently. Because he's God and he wants to save you too. It should say Jesus won't lie if we're going to maintain his omnipotence. But, you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Then we can all be together in heaven, which would be just horrifying.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out with her.
That'd be awful. So, if you all would just refer to the next panel and please check the boxes below with your finger. If you want to miss hell, do you want to miss hell, Hugo?
Looks like there's going to be vampires there, and that's pretty rad. So
That's pretty rad. Edward Cullen might be there. Also, Tom Cruise from Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, I'll check that out then. I'll go with hell.
Would you like your sins forgiven?
Nah, I'm good. Like, I'm not a real demanding person. If I did something bad, that's on me. It's cool.
That's fair. That's fair. Some sins are pretty great too. Like, have you ever done DMT? Change your whole outlook on life, man. Just
You ever had shrimp? Just like DMT. Also change your outlook on life.
Do you believe the Lord Jesus died for your sins?
I do not.
Well, you struck out there.
Yeah, I did a really bad job.
Oh, you're doing terrible.
Anyway,
That's it.
so that's I don't know if that was a trick or a treat, but there it is. That's your Halloween Chick Tract.
Yeah.
Jack Chick, somehow, no matter what order we read these in, it feels like he gets progressively crazier the more we read of these.
Definitely.
Because he thinks vampires exist.
Yeah.
And
He's not the greatest.
So thanks, everyone. Just so you know, we're also doing our t-shirt sale right now.
Yes.
We have a variety of different styles. We have bordered. We have no border, which is by far the most popular. We have one that says Science Bless on it, which is a classic. We have one that's a holiday shirt.
Yep, we have our Santa Claus Jesus available, and we should have a Pride shirt coming, and maybe a Halloween shirt if I can get them to work correctly, because there's a color limit. So I was going to put the original Pride logo that we had up, but it didn't work because we exceeded Teespring's threshold for that. But I'll do my best. All of them start at $17 except for the holiday shirt, which was apparently more expensive for some reason. I assume it's because of the colors, which is $18. It's only $1 extra. Yeah. And we also have hoodies, and we do have women's sizes, but we're just showing the men's sizes in the thing because the first shirt I made when I did that, because it's just the baseline t-shirt. So check those out, click on it, and go there, peruse. If you don't like what you see, that's fine, but a lot of people ask for these, so we want to make sure people know about them. These are only available for the next 2 weeks or so, and then they'll stop, but our storefront will always be up, and so anytime we have shirt sales in the future, we should have multiple designs to choose from instead of just the one design that we have been doing, because we've done enough campaigns to where Teespring allows us to kind of do that now.
Yeah. So, you can always check us out on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo at Hugo Reloaded. You could always subscribe and get more of our chick tracty goodness.
If you want, you can donate to our Patreon campaign. We do a once a month patron-only hangout, which should be happening this week, actually. We haven't decided on a day yet, but we will let you guys know.
It should be happening near the end of the week, most likely. Probably Friday would be best. Yeah. So we will see. So maybe a couple days from now. And if that is the case, you will check your Patreon messages, and that will be official in your Patreon messages. And we'll make sure that you guys are aware to the best of our ability. Also, if you donate $10 to the Patreon, you can get your own Chick Tract that we will sign and send to your home. The last batch of Chick Tracts just went out.
Yeah, I just
so you should be getting those in the next week or so. For those of you who had them, we're just trying to finalize because there's some people that are donating $10, but we didn't have their addresses, so we're just finalizing that to make sure that we get everybody, and then we're sending those out.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. Thanks, everyone. Until next time, I be Hugo.
And I am Jake.
And this has been the Bible Reloaded. And I guess Halloween, Happy Halloween, or something?
Blah!
This was very loosely dedicated to Halloween.